Good afternoon. I'm Cam Segan, and you are watching MediaPlex News Now. For our weekly Crime Stoppers report, here's Constable Lauren Briscoe.
On February 16th, shortly before 6 a.m., officers responded to an active fire in the 700 block of Elliott Point Road in Amherstburg. A newly built home was engulfed in flames when emergency crews arrived. The home was fully destroyed in the blaze, and the roof of the neighboring residence sustained damage. The fire is being treated as suspicious. The structure was vacant at the time of the incident, and no physical injuries were caused by the blaze. Investigators are asking any residents to check their surveillance or dash cam footage for possible evidence. If you know any information, you're asked to contact the Windsor Police Arson Unit. You can also contact Windsor and Essex County Crime Stoppers at 519-258-8477 or go online at catchcrooks.com. I am Police Coordinator Lauren Briscoe.
If you've noticed the complete absence of a pottery studio locally, you're not alone. Joelle Broussard introduces us to two women looking to tap into that unfulfilled market.
There's a new pottery studio coming soon to Ford City. The studio is being opened by two local women, Giselle Bick and Lisa Gabriel.
And what inspired us both to start the studio in Windsor was that there isn't one. You know, there's one in Tecumseh, and of course Giselle teaches out in Bell River, but there isn't one in a big, city like Windsor. And it just felt like such an opportunity because, when I was getting back into pottery, so were a lot of people. And I think we all crave, an opportunity to be expressive and to use our hands again in this, era of AI and computers and our phones. It allows us to sort of sink back into an activity that I think we all did as kids. And
with pottery growing more in popularity, the ladies thought this was the perfect time to bring their studio to Ford City.
It's going to be a great place for people to come together as a community and work together and build beautiful things and just get back to having fun.
The studio should be arriving to Ford City around mid-April, but for more details, you can always check their website, www.fordcitypotters.com. For the MediaPlex, I'm Joelle Broussard.
The 77th Annual BAFTA Awards took place this past weekend. Who was the best supporting actress? I asked the question, and Haley Goebel has all the answers.
Da'Vine Joy Randolph continues to dominate award season. On Sunday, she won the Supporting Actress BAFTA for her role in The Holdovers. In the film, Randolph portrays Mary Lamb, a grieving head cook at a New England boarding school. During her acceptance speech, Randolph got emotional while speaking about how meaningful it was to play her character in the Alexander Payne-directed film.
Mary was a character that was so much bigger than me. She shows us all that what is possible when you look beyond your differences and how healing the simple act of empathy can be. There have been countless Marys throughout history who have never got the chance to wear a beautiful gown and stand on this stage here in London. Telling her story is a responsibility that I do not take lightly, and this award is a beautiful reminder of how her story has rippled through the world. Thank you so much.
Randolph has already won a Golden Globe and Critics' Choice Award for her performance earlier this year. She is also nominated for an Oscar and Screen Actors Guild Award, both soon approaching ceremonies.
For the MediaPlex, I'm Haley Goebel.
The St. Clair Saints men's basketball team is in the midst of another playoff run. Jesse LaRouche has more.
It's playoff time here at the Sportsplex. You know what that means. Win, you stay in. Lose, you go home. And if there's one thing for sure, St. Clair, the reigning champs, are not trying to go home. As the game tipped off Saturday at the Sportsplex, it started off with Lassie Tay putting up a fight. But that didn't last long, as the Saints got a little bit of inspiration from the women's softball team, who unveiled their second banner in 2 years. The men's basketball team, who was looking to do the same, started playing like they had a repeat in mind, outscoring Lassie Tay by 43 while doing it in style. With championship hopes alive and well, the Saints are looking to accomplish a feat that hasn't been done in a decade.
Yeah, so the OCAA is super competitive. The last time there was back-to-back winners, I think, was 11-12 Sheridan. We're in 2024 now, so it doesn't happen a lot. These guys know that, but we're relying on our vets and our new faces.
While the Saints may be eyeing back-to-back OCAA gold, team captain Josiah Deere has his eyes on a national championship. and he says the plan is simple.
Just take it game by game and try to get that gold and go back-to-back and then try to get a national championship too.
The Saints will continue their playoff push next week at home versus Centennial. For MediaPlex, I'm Jesse LaRouche.
St. Patrick's Day is fast approaching, and Elliot St. Aubin is with us to take a look at the man behind the holiday, St. Patrick himself.
Everyone knows St. Patrick's Day, the one day of the year where everyone wears green, drinks a little too much, and eats special food. If nothing else, it's a celebration of Irish culture. But what are his roots? Well, it originally was an Irish holiday that observed the death of St. Patrick. St. Patrick was the patron saint of Ireland around the 5th century. He wasn't actually from Ireland, though, but in fact he was from a wealthy family in England. At 16, he was taken prisoner by a group of Irish raiders. He was a prisoner for about 6 years. After he was released from captivity, he would go on to spread the word of Christianity throughout Ireland. He did it a little bit differently from other preachers, however. He would incorporate traditional rituals into his lessons of Christianity instead of attempting to eradicate native Irish beliefs. For example, he superimposed the sun, which was a powerful Irish symbol, onto a cross and created the Celtic cross. St. Patrick's Day is March 17th, and now you can amaze your friends and family with the truth of where St. Patrick's Day comes from.
The Windsor Spitfires are winding down their season, and with an eye towards the future, I take a deeper dive into this June's NHL draft. For everybody wanting the highest chance at the #1 overall pick in the OHL draft this year, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. The Windsor Spitfires have been playing some pretty good hockey as of late, and they now sit 3rd last in the league. Playing .500 hockey down the stretch isn't the most glamorous situation to be in, but in a rebuilding year, it bodes well for the future. Speaking of that future, the NHL draft is fast approaching, and the Spits have multiple players that will be drafted. At the top of the list is Liam Greentree, who is a surefire first-round selection. He'll likely be the second OHL player taken in the draft, behind London's Sam Dickinson. There are 2 other players from that star-studded 2022 OHL draft class who will also be drafted. Anthony Cristoforo came into the year as a potential first-round pick, and while he definitely won't be taken that high, he will be taken at some point. As the club's #1 defenseman at only 17 years old, this season has been very up and down. Nonetheless, defensemen with his offensive talent are always highly coveted. After a slow start, AJ Spellacy has taken his game to the next level since the trade deadline. Forming a productive second line with Colton Smith and Noah Morneau, Spellacy has all the physical gifts that make NHL scouts froth at the mouth. At 6'3" and at least 195 pounds, he possesses a ridiculous combination of speed and physicality. If he continues to play with the ferocity he's shown in the last 2 or so months, he could be an early round pick in the NHL draft. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Now on to weather. Temperatures are rising this week, with the high today being 6 degrees and mainly sunny skies. Wednesday and Thursday will continue the trend of warmer temperatures, but get out your umbrellas because there's a chance of showers both days. One of the courses we offer here at the MediaPlex is public relations. Let's have a look.
So public relations is like being a bridge between an organization and their public. As this public relations expert, you are a liaison, so you have to connect the brand or the business or the company with their public in such a way that the public responds to them in a positive manner. So the advantages of taking public relations at St. Clair College is that we have access to the MediaPlex. Now the MediaPlex offers us a converged education. It's one of 3 in the world and the only one in Canada. What that means is that we're taught in film, broadcast, radio, there's graphic design, we do event planning, we write all sorts of press releases, we work in tandem with the journalism club. So at the end of everything, you can communicate any professional message across any medium. So what do you think about public relations?
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cam Segan, and you have been watching MediaPlex News Now.